What's up, guys? What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Feel like I've been away for a week. Missed one day of streaming. What's going on, guys? Exhausted. Guys, I did a 16-hour drive yesterday and slept 4 hours, so I am wiped right out. All right, let's see what's going on. Give you guys a few minutes to come on into the chat. Sun is hot. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Steve, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. WF Capital in the house. Bearded Bastard. What's up, man? Love the name, brother. Absolutely love the name. H. Barbarina, what's up, man? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. You know what? I can't complain. Nobody listens, brother, right? So it's all good, man. It's all good. We got some good highlights for you guys today. Some good highlights. I was going to stream the congressional hearing earlier today, but they were supposed to cover primarily the SEC and the SAB rule, but they started getting too much into Biden and Israel and all that other shit, so I cut it short, and I was like, I'm not streaming that war stuff. So TRB going crazy, is it? Is it going crazy? Crazy. Let's see. 29%. Yeah, it's having itself a good time. That's for sure. Fantastic. Up 29%. Love to see it. ET, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good afternoon. What's up? Hey, just chilling, man. Just chilling. You know what it is. Just relaxing. Having myself a little bit of an afternoon. Going to go out with my son into the backyard a little bit later. So we got some stuff to cover today, guys. We got some stuff to cover today. All right. So gave you guys some time to come in. Let's have a look at the market, guys. Caspa's pumping. We got a little bit of Caspa news. Caspa's having a good time. XCN down a little bit. Helium Mobile down. Everything's some good opportunities, guys. Some good DCA. I'm going to be doing some dollar cost averaging today. I'll put my buy alerts out there for the members a little bit later. BTC holding 62.5. That's not bad. That's not bad. Not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby. I would love to see Miria fall back to about 0.5 cent. That would be fantastic. Steven, yes, I appreciate you not doing that, Rob. I'd heard enough of that. Yeah, hey, like I said, it was titled that they were going to be dealing with the SEC's situation, and then they just started going on about that, and I was like, no. I'm tired of that stuff too, man. I feel you. All right, what else do we got? Wow, look at that. Some good opportunities, man. Ocean, 92 cents. FET, nice, guys. Very nice. Singularity Net, under $1. Where's Farm? I really want to pick some Farm up. It's been bugging me. Where the hell is Farm? There it is. And it's actually up 73, almost $74 today. Render. Some good opportunities, guys, across the board. Beebs in the house. Greetings, future crypto millionaires. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, guys, if you're new, as always, make sure you're smashing that subscribe button. On the way in, Taraxa under $1 cent again. I might have to fill up another bag of that as well. Ondo, some good opportunities, guys. Hopefully you guys are taking advantage. Holy smokes, am I exhausted. All right, let's get into some of this stuff. Top microcap gems. We do members only live streams on Sundays. Okay, so we drop microcap gems for the members to get a little while ago. And so just a little bit of an update there. Outlanders is proud to announce that we have joined with NVIDIA Developer Program. Big news, guys. Together, Nakamoto Games, with Nakamoto Games, we will utilize NVIDIA's repository and tools, programs, and training to enhance the products within LAND. That is massive news, guys. Massive news for Outlanders. If you remember, I brought this project over to the members probably 3 months ago, something like that. Guys, if you want to be a member, click the link in the chat for that. You don't want to miss out on that. Or click the join button. Rob, I watched your top 5 ROIs. I'm happy to say that I have 4 out of the 5 of your coins. Nice, brother. Nice. Yes, fantastic projects, man. Fantastic projects. So who do we attribute this pullback to in the market? Nobody really. It's just a healthy correction. Nothing major happened. Nothing major happened. Dollar's having a little bit of a pump, not much of one, but a little bit of one. That's why we have this little bit of a dump. So where do we purchase microcap gems? Depends on the gem. If you're watching the streams on Sundays where I show you these microcap gems, I literally show you right in the live stream where you can buy it, right? Every single gem individually, I tell you exactly where you can buy it. So whatever the gem is, you ask me what it is now, and I'll let you know. Well, not now because I mean it's the ask me on Sunday when we do members only live streams, because that's where we talk about the microcap gems, because other people aren't paying to be members, so they don't get that access to that content. But if you have questions about them, then every Sunday we do the members only live streams Sunday afternoons. So just make sure you're there, and I will help guide you, my friend. Are you still thinking we see a $3 to $5 Caspa? Yes, I am. On the low end, I think we see $3. And honestly, man, I would be fine with $2 with the size of the bag that I hold. $2 would even be fantastic. I was buying Caspa like below a cent. So, yeah, but I do see $3 to $5 for Caspa still. Yeah, nothing has changed fundamentally in the project. So, just some FUD. That's it, right? Just like every project. What do we got? So we got breaking news. Hong Kong's Bitcoin ETFs are now holding 4,278 BTC, worth 265 million. Since their inception, they have bought all newly minted BTC and additional 678 Bitcoin. Bullish supply shock incoming, man. Incoming, guys. I'm telling you. Supply shock's coming, and people are going to be like, the price of Bitcoin and alts is going to start going absolutely crazy, and people are going to be like, I don't understand why is it going crazy all of a sudden? Guys, supply and demand shock is going to melt your face. I'm telling you, right? It's just going to come out of left field. So another one of the gems we brought over to the members, got some bullish news here, guys. They say Emerald is now KYC verified with Assure DeFi, the most trusted project KYC in crypto. This is bullish. So they announced they are KYC assured, total team member verified. Absolutely, guys. Very bullish for Emerald. Crypto Chum was on live BitBit show today. What's BitBit show? I don't know what that is. Is that like another YouTuber or something? All right, we got a couple of videos to get through here, guys. Oh, I'm all blurry. There we go. I'm not blurry anymore. Kevin in the house. What's up, fam? What's going on, brother? Oh, he was on BitBoy. Oh, yeah. I don't watch BitBoy. Those guys can have each other, right? Those two can hold each other tenderly. I don't care about either one of those two. All right, we got some videos to get through here, guys. Let me know if you can hear this. So first up, we've got Brad Garlinghouse on the damage caused by the SEC. Let's check it out.
That's why I say this isn't just bad for Ripple. It's bad for crypto broadly here in the United States, and it's driving that activity. It's driving that entrepreneurial activity outside the United States. I think that definitely bodes poorly for the U.S. crypto industry at large. I think if you believe these are the future infrastructures for payment networks, I think we should care about what countries have control over those technologies. That's why I say.
And that's why the United States is continuing to fall behind, as we know, right? Scott, what's up, buddy? Tenderly. Yeah. Yeah, they can hold each other tenderly. I don't care. Right? Oh, man. What else do we got? Yeah, I'm not a fan either. Like, the thing is with BitBoy, I actually used to watch his channel before his company was taken over, right? I used to watch it from time to time. No, I couldn't get through a whole show because I mean you can only stand so much of them, right? But I would watch it on a semi-regular basis. And ever since then, ever since this whole company takeover thing, whatever, I can't watch him, and I can't watch his old channel. I can't watch the guys that are running his old channel either. They're just vanilla and boring. And I mean, this is the thing that bothers me about him is that I supported him on a moral level. I supported him when his company got taken over because I didn't agree with what happened to him, right? And he, apparently he lost everything. He was broke, all that stuff. He was crying, and I felt bad for him. I did. And as soon as he started making money again, he's right back to his old ways again, right? Right back to shilling projects, right back to spreading FUD, right back to attacking people again. Like, so I'm just like, man, the guy, like, I'm a Christian man. You guys, some of you know that, some of you don't. I don't put it out there in your faces, right? But at the end of the day, in my opinion, like, God was showing you something here, was teaching you a lesson, right? And he humbled you, and you went right back to your old ways as soon as you started making money again. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't watch him. And John, to be honest with you, John makes some decent calls sometimes, but the ego on him when I watch his channel, the ego's out of control. Like I've never heard anybody say on a regular basis, I'm just like all of you guys. I'm just a regular dude. Clearly, he thinks that he's not a regular dude, right? But I digress. That's how I feel about George now. I can't watch him anymore. Yeah, you know what? I was a big fan of George before he started, spreading FUD. And now George spreads FUD all the time, and he takes people's money and super chats and doesn't look at the projects that they ask him to look at. So, like, I'll shut this channel down if I ever get like that. I would never, take super chats from people. And in the super chat, they ask, hey, man, could you look at this project for me? And then just be like, nah, bro, no, but thanks for the money, but I'm not going to click on some buttons and look at your project for you. Like, that's some greasy stuff, man. Crisis King, Juicy Jasmy, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm here, baby. What's up, fam? What did I miss? Confused Rodney Dangerfield look. Nice. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Good to see the regulars coming in. Missed you guys. It was a long drive yesterday, man. Like 16 hours. So it's pretty crazy. But we got through it, man. We got through it, and I'm here. Right. What do we got? Ryan Selke. Let's see what he's got to say. So Ryan says, dear Andre's working. I believe that's over at New York Times Squawk Box, right? He does Squawk Box there. He just had Gary Gensler on the other day. It says Gary Gensler is a liar. He lies every time he speaks about crypto. He lies about the lack of reporting. He lies about the non-engagement with the industry. He lies about the SEC jurisdiction versus the CFTC and much more. I'll be happy to join you to discuss it sometime. Yes, get him on the show to discuss it. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I would love to see that. I would tune in. Propy, 1 day left. Join us at Tokenize. Join us at Tokenize This, the ultimate RWA event in Miami this week. Propy making moves, guys. Get ready to be inspired by 40 plus speakers as they share insights on asset tokenization, real estate via DeFi, groundbreaking RWA applications, and more. May 9th through 11th. Love to see it, guys. Tokenize This event hosted by Propy. You guys know I'm very, very bullish on Propy. Hey, what was that video you live streamed earlier? I watched 10 minutes, and yeah, because you know what, they were supposed to be talking about the SEC sub bill, and they started talking about Israel and all that stuff, and it was kind of going in that direction, so I just cut it, and then I got a couple of clips from the video. I'm just going to play the crucial points about the in terms of the SEC here on this live stream instead. Um, so yeah, I didn't want to stream a bunch of crap about the war. So, all right, guys, bullish Janction news, right? Hara, JASMY CFO and Janction CEO, says we will also strengthen media development. Janction was mentioned in this interesting article. IOBC Web3 plus AI community sovereign artificial intelligence. And as we go over and check it out, guys, very, very bullish. Check this out. And you'll have to forgive me. I am very tired. I did 16 hours of driving yesterday. I'm on 3 hours of sleep, roughly. So bear with me, okay? So the IOBC Artificial Intelligence Web3 plus AI Community Sovereignty. While speaking at WGS in Dubai, Hang coined the term sovereign AI, so which sovereign AI can meet the interests and demands of the crypto community. Maybe it needs to be built in the form of Web3 and AI. In this article, the promise and challenges of crypto AI applications, Vitalik describes the synergies between AI and crypto, decentralization and crypto balances, crypto balances the centralization of AI. AI is opaque. Crypto brings transparency. AI needs data. The blockchain facilitates the storage of tracking of data. This kind of collaboration runs through the entire industry picture of Web3 and AI. Most of the Web3 and AI projects are using blockchain technology to solve construction problems and infrastructure projects in the AI industry, and a few projects are using AI to solve some problems of Web3 applications. So the Web3 and AI landscape is roughly as follows. You've got your application layers, right? AI agents, DeFi, games, and others. You've got your platform layers, BitSensor, Giza, EZKL, Chain ML. You've got your blockchain, layer ones and layer twos, neural blocks, and who? Janction. That's right. Your data layers, guys. Space and time, Filecoin, Arweave, Grass. What else do you got? You've got your computation layers, right? IO.net, Render, obviously BitSensor, FET AI. So as we come down here, what do we got? Computing power layer, computing power asset. Excuse me, guys. Remember, my eyes are playing tricks on me right now. 16 hours of driving. In the past 2 years, the amount of computing power used to train large AI models has grown exponentially. Although doubling every quarter, and it is growing at a rate far exceeding Moore's law. This situation has led to a long-term balance between the supply and demand of AI computing power, and the price of hardware such as GPUs has risen rapidly, which in turn has raised the cost of computing power. However, at the same time, there are also large numbers of low-end computing hardware idle in the market, and the single computing power of this part of the low-end hardware may not be able to meet the high-performance demand. However, if a distributed computing power network is built through Web3 and a decentralized computing resource network is built through computing power leasing and sharing, it can still meet the needs of many AI applications, but utilizing distributed idle computing power, the cost of AI computing power can be significantly reduced. The core advantages of Web3 and AI computing power lies in the decentralized computing power projects which are easy to expand and expand the scale of the network in combination with the token incentives, and their computing resource costs are low and cost effective, which means the needs of some low-end computing power. It meets the needs of some low-end computing power. Jeez, my eyes are killing me here, man. Where was I now? Okay. Number 2, data layer and data. Okay, so acetation. Okay, so data is the oil, the blood of AI. If you don't rely on Web3, only giant enterprises generally have the large amount of user data in their hands, and it is difficult for ordinary startups to obtain a wide range of data. And the value of user data in the AI industry is not fed back to users through AI, Web3 and AI data collection. Data labeling and distribution is distributed data storage can be made cheaper, more transparent, and more beneficial to users. Collecting high quality data is a prerequisite for AI model training. Through Web3, you can use the distributed network combined with the appropriate token incentive mechanism, and adopt the crowdsourcing collection method to obtain high quality extensive data and low costs. And finally, most of the platform projects will be benchmarked against Hugging Face, with the integration of various resources in the AI industry as the core. Build a platform that aggregates the link of various resources and roles such as data, computing power, models, AI developers, and blockchain, and solves various needs more conveniently with the platform as the center. For example, Giza focuses on building a comprehensive ZKML operation platform, aiming to make machine learning interface credible and transparent, because data and model black box is a common problem in AI at present. And the use of cryptographic technologies such as ZK and FHE through Web3 to verify the models in inference to indeed execute correctly will sooner or later be called by the industry. Man, I can barely see these words, guys. All I see is headlights still from driving for 16 hours. There are also layer 1 and layer 2s that do focus AI, such as neural blocks and Junction. The core narrative is to connect various computing power data models, AI developer nodes, and other resources, and help Web3 and AI applications achieve rapid construction and development by packaging common components and general SDKs. There are also platforms such as agent networks based on AI agents that have built various application scenarios, such as OLS and ChainML. So Junction getting its recognition, guys. It is a leader in the space. I keep saying it, but some people will never catch it, right? Turbo, the AI meme coin. Yes, man. We've looked at Turbo quite a few times. Any word on the PDL for Android? Not yet, brother. Not yet, man. Nicholas, what's up, broski? What's going on, man? Ali G. It would be great if JASMY created a live lockup counter or even an app. 100 million done. Hopefully the regular PDL drive lock. Yeah, you know what? I've talked about that before. And in my opinion, it is only a matter of time before someone out there creates a website that keeps an accurate count of the lockup, both from JASMY and combined with the PDL. I mean, look at you. You've got all kinds of websites for like Shiba Inu, for example. They have like a token burn website and so on. I'm sure there will be a lockup one for JASMY at some point. I agree. It's only a matter of time. It'll pop up. You watch. I just watch you, Max, and Guy from Coin Bureau. Oh yeah, Guy. Yeah, he's good. I used to watch Cheeky Crypto, but those dudes are awful and are 100% TA and rarely get into macro fundamentals. Or TA also regularly off. Yeah, I agree. I used to watch Cheeky Crypto too. I found that they missed a lot, and but Coin Bureau is good, and Max obviously is Max is the standard, man. Max is the man. Crypto Holmes in the house. What's up, broski? Good to see you, man. Come on, Panthers got to take game 2, buddy. What the hell, man? Hello, JASMY fam. What's up? We all JASMY. Absolutely. Havoc's in the house. What's up, buddy? I'm sure we all understand if you cut this short, you need your rest, brother. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed early tonight for sure, guys. For sure. Death Bank in the house. What's up, man? As always, guys, if you're new, click that subscribe button. You guys know what it is. You know what it is. What else do we got going on? Got some exciting Caspa news, guys. What's going on with Caspa? Why is Caspa pumping? Exciting news. After weeks of intense development, our team is thrilled to announce that we're kicking off our public test in May. Get ready to dive into the latest features and improvements we've been working on. The future is bright, and we can't wait to have you on board. Stay tuned for more updates. Be sure to follow us for the latest developments, guys. Very, very exciting stuff happening on Caspa. Caspa's going to freaking skyrocket, guys. I'm telling you. I am telling you. How's the DXY looking? We're going to look at it, brother. We are going to look at the Dixie. You believe in that. I will have a quick look at it right now. Why not? It's three green days in a row for the Dixie, man. 3 green days in a row. Well, I mean, this candle here, this first one is a spinning top, essentially. It's a neutral candle for the most part. The 2 green ones, that's on the daily. We need to start seeing some more downside here, man. So that's what it's looking like right now. Need more of that downside action, baby. All right, what do we got? We got some more clips for you guys. Let's get into some more of these clips. Ripple case ends with epic clown parade. Check it out, guys. This is irritating to watch, but
this, of course, is Brad Sherman. So trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
In all my years, I've never witnessed such a well-funded, coordinated, and unfounded assault on the SEC and its mission.
Well, Mr. Stark, are we over-deterring beneficial actions in our capital markets?
I don't think so, Congressman. If the SEC weren't out there deterring crypto, in fact, I would argue all of which they've won.
Freudian slip, deterring crypto. Did you catch that? He didn't say deterring bad actors in crypto, deterring crypto, right? And then he just said that listen, I'll play that part back. Listen to what he says. They've won almost every case. Listen to this misinformation in Congress. He just lied under oath. He's testifying under oath, and he just lied. Listen to this.
I don't think so, Congressman. If the SEC weren't out there deterring crypto, in fact, I would argue all of which they've won.
He argues that they've won every case. They've lost every case. What the hell's this guy? He just lied under oath.
If the SEC weren't out there, investors would just lose more and more money, and there would be tremendous systemic risk to U.S. capital markets.
I applaud the SEC and their legal team in gaining jurisdiction by applying that case. But Congress should vest all authority in the SEC to regulate crypto. And yet Congress sits back and lets the courts decide by counting oranges in an orange grove in a 1940s orange grove.
I just heard that they should stay within their boundaries. Your thoughts?
I agree they should stay within their boundaries, and this is precisely within their boundaries, Congresswoman.
This is what's puzzling to me, guys, right? How? So the SEC, there's this big debate whether the SEC has the authority to do what they're doing, right? It's been proven in court that they don't. But beyond that even, okay, how useless are our leaders that we even need to have this discussion, right? that we need to even have these debates. What are the parameters of the jurisdiction of any given department in the government? This should not be something to debate. This should be very black and white, cut and dry. This is what you can do as a department of the government. This is what you can't do, right? It should be very, very cut and dry. This is a testament to the uselessness of our leaders, in my opinion.
I also heard, I think we should be careful about penalties, that we're charging too many penalties. Have any thoughts on that?
Absolutely. Ransomware, child pornography, human sex trafficking, and sanctions evasion, terrorist activities from rogue nations. CZ was sentenced to 4 months. Can't we do?
You see how he just associated CZ with all of those things? Pretty slimy and pretty greasy, eh? He brings up CZ's name immediately after talking about all of those things that I can't say. What's the implication there, right?
Do something to meet for someone like CZ to go to prison for a longer time than 4 months?
We're going to have a bill on the floor on Wednesday, another attempt to kill off the SEC.
This is so good that we have such a clown show to be watching. I feel like I'm in the Barnum and Bailey circus here. Great script, by the way. I thought the script was well done, performed by the two actors, and then the supporting cast with Maxine coming in right there at the end. Beautiful, awesome, but at the end of the day, they're all wrong, because at the end of the day, I still think the SEC is going to have their day.
Yes, I agree. The clown show continues in Congress, guys, as they try to support Gary, even though Gary has been found guilty in court of lying multiple times, being penalized by judges. Ryan's in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Patrick, what's up, man? 589, baby. Absolutely, man. What's up, fam? Scam? ET, both political parties are told. Yeah, I agree. There is no better party. Exactly. Little Veracity news, guys. Attention. VRA family. Are you ready for a journey that will make your portfolio go up? Buckle up, because Veracity is about to take off like a rocket. Why should you hodl and believe in Veracity? Let me break it down for you. 1, Veracity is deflationary with quarterly coin burns. Say goodbye to inflation worries, because VRA is keeping things hot and scarce. Number 2, Veracity is patented AI technologies. We're talking cutting edge innovation that will make your head spin faster than a hamster on a wheel. Veracity users and partners are increasing day by day. The Veracity family is growing, and we're all about that common community love. And finally, Veracity is still lower than previous all-time high, with a very low market cap. Don't miss your chance to get on the ground floor before this rocket leaves the stratosphere. Yes, I agree. I am a big fan of Veracity. Brian's in the house. What's up, brother? What's going on? Just want to put this out there. I can't stand Maxine Waters. She's a delusional. She's just bitter because her boyfriend SBF is in jail now and she can't blow him kisses anymore, right? So, what else do we got? All right, a little bit of a longer one here. Check this one out, guys. These are the cuts I was going to stream earlier, but it didn't kind of work out. So, check this out.
Thank you for yielding, Chairman McHenry. Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to speak in support of my bipartisan resolution, HJ Res 109, a Congressional Review Act resolution for the SEC Staff Accounting Bulletin, or SOB 121 for short. I'd like to start by thanking Congressman Nickel and Senator Loomis for working with me on this resolution, and for the chairman's leadership in getting this to the floor. This is something of a complicated issue, as you've heard today, so I'll break it down in a few different components. First, let me begin by briefly explaining what a staff accounting bulletin is. Staff accounting bulletins are technical accounting guidance for public entities. They're typically non-controversial in nature, and importantly for this debate, they are not rules. Guidance is not supposed to dictate a major change in policy. That's what our notice and comment rulemaking process is for. This specific bulletin effectively requires banks to put digital assets held in custody on their balance sheet. Simply put, that's not how custody usually works. As Federal Reserve Chairman once said, custody assets are off balance sheet, always have been. That's a quote. This bulletin upends custodial practice for banks, and it effectively keeps banks out of this market entirely. That's not good for consumers or investors. Next, let's talk about the process, as the chairman has already mentioned. There were two major process fouls by the SEC issuing SOB 121. Number one, the SEC is not a bank regulator, and SOB 121 affects a core banking activity, custody. Yet the SEC issued this bulletin without even talking to the regulators first. Think about that. The SEC issued this without even talking to the prudential regulators. That's an incredible oversight, particularly given the bulletin's unusual treatment of custodial assets. Number two, the Nonpartisan Government Accountability Office determined that this bulletin is effectively a rule. In other words, the SEC got caught trying to circumvent the APA and the due diligence requirements that come with it. Now let's talk about solutions. The easiest way to fix this problem is for the SEC to simply rescind the bulletin themselves and work with the prudential regulators on an alternate solution. Despite the fact that this bulletin was issued through a faulty process, and despite the negative ramifications of keeping banks from taking custody of retail investor assets, the SEC has been unwilling to have any conversation about making changes. That leaves us with no choice. Congress needs to act through the Congressional Review Act to rescind SOB 121. Finally, let me briefly address an argument that Ranking Member Waters and some of my Democratic colleagues have made on this issue. I've heard this argument that the CRA should not be applied to an accounting bulletin, but let's contemplate the alternative. What are the implications if we fail to pass this resolution? This is an instance where the nonpartisan GAO outright said the SEC circumvented the proper regulatory process. Think about why the Congressional Review Act was passed in the first place. To give Congress the ability...
I yield my colleague one more minute.
Think about why the CRA was passed in the first place, to give Congress the ability to check a regulator that has gone astray. If we don't pass this resolution, we are effectively giving the green light to our regulators to bypass the APA rulemaking process with immunity. This isn't just about the SEC or bank custody. This is about providing a necessary check to executive branch power. Regardless of your feelings on the banking policy or the SEC, I urge you to support this resolution for the sake of upholding the authority of the institution we serve in. And before I yield back, I would ask, Mr. Speaker, unanimous consent to insert 4 letters into the record. Number 1 is a letter dated April 27, 2023, sent by Fed Vice Chair Michael Barr to Senator Loomis discussing the impact of SOB 121 on Fed-related financial institutions. Number 2, a letter dated April 18th, 2023, sent by FDIC Chairman Gruenberg to Chairman McHenry and Senator Loomis in response to their March 2, 2023 letter. Number 3, a letter dated February 28, 2024, sent by the Conference of State Bank Supervisors to Chairman McHenry and Ranking Member Waters, outlined the unintended effects of SOB 121 that it could pose on consumers and markets. And the 4th letter is dated February 29, 2024, sent by the American Bankers Association to Chairman McHenry, Ranking Member Waters, expressing support for HJ Res 109. With that, I yield back.
If Gary thinks that he's going to stop banks from custodying crypto, he's out of his freaking mind, right? He has about as much of a chance as stopping banks from being the custodians of crypto as he does stopping BlackRock from getting an Ethereum ETF, right? Like, these are the people with the money, bro. They're the ones who run the country. If the banks want to custody crypto, guess what? It's going to happen, right? Because you're easier to replace, bro, right? So Gary's crazy if he thinks that. He's absolutely crazy. I left out Anthony Popliano. I like that. Excuse me. I like that. He's a good dude, representation of crypto space. I actually have a piece coming up from Anthony Popliano, so stay tuned for that. Waters classic clueless empty vessel. 100% agree with that. 100%, man. I'd buy that for $1, let me tell you. And we got more, guys. We got more. I don't want to bore you with videos, but we got lots of stuff was talked about today in Congress. That's why I was going to live stream it, but they got off topic too much. So, all right, let's check out Patrick McHenry. This guy, I like this. I like this dude, man. Kevin, not gonna lie, I spaced out. What's he saying? Basically, to sum up what he's talking about, Kevin, the SEC tried to sneak in a new rule that they bypassed the congressional process of putting in a new rule. It needed to be approved by Congress, among other levels, and they tried to sneak it in as something else to prevent banks from being allowed to custody crypto, right? So what they're talking about here is getting rid of this sub 121, this bill or this rule that the SEC tried to slide under the radar illegally, and they're talking about getting rid of it because he's trying to stop the banks from custodying crypto, essentially, right? So that's kind of what they're talking about. If she can't read it on the paper she's handed, she's pretty lost. Yeah. Sorry, working and trying to listen, not doing very well at either. No worries, brother. All right, we got more for you here, guys. This is Patrick McHenry. This is one of our shining knights in crypto in Congress, guys. So we really need to support this guy, right? So listen up.
Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of this bipartisan resolution of disapproval. This resolution is an essential effort to protect consumers and foster innovation in digital assets markets. It's also critical to stop the Securities and Exchange Commission's regulatory power grabs and efforts to circumvent the Administrative Procedures Act. I want to thank my friend, Congressman Flood of Nebraska, a leader on financial innovation and digital asset policy, for introducing this bipartisan resolution. Staff Accounting Bulletin, or SAB 121, is one of the most glaring examples of the current Securities and Exchange Commission's reign of overreach. Through SAB 121, the Commission is trying to dictate how financial institutions and firms safeguard America's assets, in particular here, digital assets, under the guise of so-called staff guidance. Let me explain why this is deeply concerning. Because they call it a staff guidance, the Securities and Exchange Commission could avoid public comment and the rulemaking process governed by the Administrative Procedures Act, or APA. Now, this is whereby the public gets to give an opinion back or expertise back to the agency so they can improve the rulemaking by listening to the public. This is a long-standing process here in the United States. Not only did the Securities and Exchange Commission bypass Congress and the Comptroller General, but the Commission did not even consult with other financial regulators, prudential regulators responsible for overseeing banks prior to issuing SAB 121. Thanks to the work of the House Financial Services Committee and my friend, Senator Lummis, the GAO rightly deemed SAB 121 a rule for purposes of the Congressional Review Act, providing Congress with the opportunity to right the wrong of agency action. SAB 121 requires financial institutions and firms that are safeguarding their customers' digital assets to hold those assets on their balance sheet. That means banks would be required to take on significant capital, liquidity, and other costs under the existing prudential regulatory framework. This essentially makes it cost prohibitive for financial institutions to custody their customers' digital assets. Now, this is a massive deviation for how highly regulated banks are traditionally required to treat assets they hold on behalf of their customers. Now, this is the point that everyone can understand. This is a change that harms consumers and makes them less protected. It's not a change for the better, clearly. It limits the options for consumers and increases concentration risk to the financial system. And perhaps even worse, it could leave America's assets vulnerable in the event of a bank failure, just as we saw with Silicon Valley Bank last year. If you want Americans' assets to be protected, they should be held in custody, not on a bank balance sheet. And if you want Americans to be able to engage with digital assets safely and securely, banks, which are some of the most highly regulated entities in our country and in the world, are probably the best places for them to be kept. Unfortunately, SAB 121 makes this nearly impossible. We hear a lot from our Democrat colleagues about consumer protection. And if that concern is genuine, and I think it is, they should support Congressman Flood's bipartisan resolution that's before us today. Let me give you one example of why this guidance is problematic. The Securities Exchange Commission recently approved 11 Bitcoin ETFs, which allow everyday investors to gain exposure to this new technology. It's a decade old, but it's relatively new. Of those 11, 0, and I repeat 0, use banks as their primary custodian. Instead, all that risk is now concentrated in a few entities. So let's do a quick recap. The Securities Exchange Commission, through Staff Accounting Bulletin 121, upended traditional custody practices. So just like you hold a stock with a stockbroker, it's held in custody. That means that entity, if it goes bankrupt, your asset is still protected. It is held in custody and safeguarded as if it's in a safe. And so we want digital assets to be treated the same way that we treat other other assets and protected. So this Staff Accounting Bulletin upends traditional custody practices for banking institutions, and it made a joke of the rulemaking process and ignored other regulatory agencies and market participants that are impacted by this bulletin. That's a bad process and even worse policy outcomes. So if you want consumers to be protected in digital assets markets, vote yes on this resolution. If you want to return bank custody practices to the tried, tested, and successful approach that we've had in this country for centuries, then vote yes. If you support financial innovation, you should vote yes as well. And finally, if you want to send a message that rogue regulators cannot circumvent Congress and our well-established rulemaking process, vote yes. So let's bring this common sense, this level of common sense into the world of the digital asset debate or crypto, and bring consumer protection back to this marketplace where it needs to be. And with that, I encourage my colleagues to vote yes on this Congressional Review Act. But finally, I want to thank Congressman Flood on the Republican side and Congressman Nickel on the Democratic side for their leadership on this important topic. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I reserve the balance of my time.
So there's two reasons that this is so important. One is the obvious, right? I mean, we want banks to be able to custody crypto because it'll bring in another class of people, another demographic, so to speak, who will only be comfortable with a bank holding their crypto, right? There's always going to be those people, but to open up crypto to these people, we have to have that in place, right? Now, in saying that, the other reason that this is so vital that they vote yes and they swat this rule down that Gary tried to bypass Congress to institute is because what precedent are you setting if you don't? If you allow them to get away with circumventing Congress and creating a law or a rule illegally, they're going to do it all the time after that. If you let them get away with it once, you guys know this is a life lesson, right? You guys know this. Yeah, most of you guys have kids like me. You let your kid get away with something once, that's where the bar is now, right? They will do it all the freaking time if they're allowed to do it once, right? So they need to swat this down. That's why it's so important. Samuel in the house with the super chat. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. Thank you. Life is a scam. My TikTok got 150K views on me talking about JASMY in a few days. Since it's getting banned in the US, not many people invest in posting there like before. Buy the dip. Yeah, I have a TikTok account. I don't think I've ever actually TikToked though. Is that what they call it? I've never talked. I've never talked to the tick. I don't know what it's called. But from my understanding of TikTok, though, a lot of content creators get banned or get their pages frozen for talking about crypto and stuff. So you should post there, man. Not many real people on it. You know, I'll be willing to try, but again, I feel like I hear all the time. I hear horror stories about like Crypto Mason talks about it all the time. He talks about how he posted something about XRP and then his channel got blocked again or something. So I'm like, well, if they're gonna continually block your channel, you know. I'm personally worried about the disconnect between Janction and Jasmy, even within our community. Folks wondered where to buy Janction. How do plebs realize Janction is jet? Well, I mean, listen, I get what you're saying, but that's because not a lot of people do research. It's the same in any community in crypto, right? A lot of people are not willing to do research, and then they get misled. There's probably some content creators out there right now on YouTube making videos telling people that there's like a Janction coin or something like that, right? There's probably people out there doing that. That's why, like, they get misled, you know. But I agree with you, man. I agree. Hey, Daddy, I gave you some gum. They can make these crypto suck these crypto nuts if they ban me. Nice. Sam, you'll bring in the alpha. I love it, brother. I love it. I finally reached 500K Swift. Nice, Brian. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations, man. That is absolutely epic. I have hang on a second here. All right. I was going to read this article, but my eyes are too buggy, guys. My eyes are just shot. But I do have a pump video that I want to play for you guys. He's over on is it Yahoo Finance. So let's get into that. Somebody said that they're a fan of pump. So let's see what he's got to say about Bitcoin, guys. I don't want to flood you with videos today. My eyes are bugging me. I can't read much. Plus, there's just a lot going on right now. So check this out, guys. Oh, let's see what Sam has to say first. I just feel like you can reach to folks, man. I'm working on. I'm making a video to tell them to watch your stuff and Maximus and stuff. I'm sure I'm missing someone. We need real people. Hey, man, that's awesome, Samuel. You know what, man? I greatly appreciate that, brother. I greatly appreciate that. Jesse's a good person to add in there too if you're missing somebody. KIR Finance. Jesse's a champion as well. So, all right, let's get into this. Rob, what's the Swift market cap? The Swift market cap right now is, wasn't it like 15 or 19 million or something like that? Oh no, it's 42 million right now. 42 million. So very, very low. Very low. All right, let's get into this this pump video here, guys.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people get distracted by the day-to-day price, right? It's a volatile asset, but really the volatility of it is the US dollar exchange price. So it's how many dollars are people willing to depart with in order to get a Bitcoin. But what we have continued to see over the long run is that Bitcoin is probably the most desirable asset in the world. And so people around the world continue to buy this thing. And that's why you're seeing that 200-day moving average, right? Kind of these longer term trends continue to go up. And now with the ETFs getting approved, you not only have retail investors, family offices, a couple of corporations, now it's coming out that some of the largest RIAs, Hightower just came out and said they bought some Bitcoin. There's sovereign wealth funds, many others that are all trying to buy this thing. So I think that it's a really, really good long-term tailwind at its back.
So you talk about the fact it's a great long-term tailwind. Then where does the price go from here? I mean, we're waiting for maybe that future catalyst. Then what is the next thing that's on the horizon?
Well, the Federal Reserve is the greatest Bitcoin proponent possible, right? Because they're going to continue to debase the dollar. And so if you watch that, same thing like real estate, right? Real estate in certain markets can go up or down in a month-to-month or year-to-year basis. And so if you're kind of short-term oriented, you're likely to maybe mess up. But if you buy real estate and you hold it for 20 years, very few places in the world have you not seen that real estate go up in value. Same thing with Bitcoin, right? It's got these sound money principles. It's outside the system. No one can create more of it. And it's priced in dollars today. And so if all of a sudden the dollar is losing value, and it's only 21 million Bitcoin, somebody is going to have to pay you more dollars in the future to buy that same Bitcoin. And so I think that it really incentivizes long-term thinking. And so the people who are short-term oriented or trying to trade, it's an 80 vol asset, right? I mean, good luck. And so buying it just holding it and waiting is probably one of the best strategies.
Well, I want to talk about the Bitcoin ETFs and some of the outflows and inflows that we're seeing. Obviously, record-breaking outflows for Grayscale to the tune of almost $17.5 billion. But I know they did just recently have their very first week of inflows. So congrats to them. I wonder what story that tells you. Is that something idiosyncratic to Grayscale, or is that indicative of maybe more institutional money coming into the space?
Yeah, look, I think that they knew by not lowering their fee to be competitive with everybody else that people were going to leave. And the calculation was how many people are going to leave and what is it going to make up for in terms of this fee. Now, what's really interesting is their market cap of the AUM that they have is much higher than maybe everyone expected because the price of Bitcoin is up 50%. Right. And so all of a sudden you're seeing that fund continue to grow in size. And that's really blunted a lot of the pain of those capital outflows. Now, what I do think is interesting in terms of the inflows is you got to ask yourself, like, who's buying that? Right? If there's these other ETFs available, it's unclear. And until we know who that is, you really can't kind of analyze it. But I do think it speaks to this larger story of like fees matter to a degree, but actually when you're looking at an asset that goes up hundreds of %, the difference between 50 basis points and 150 basis points, it's material. But really the decision is, did I allocate or did I not? That's going to ultimately drive most of the return that you're going to experience.
And give us just a better sense of that institutional involvement. Obviously, we saw a lot of excitement surrounding this, but exactly how this has played out and the fact that it needs to take some time, right, to follow through. So what does that timeline then look like?
Well, I think that you've already seen institutions allocating, right? And so obviously having BlackRock and Fidelity, and I always joke that like Larry Fink is now the CMO of Bitcoin. He goes on TV and talks about a flight to quality. That helps. It's very similar to in 2020 what we saw with Stanley Druckenmiller and Paul Tudor Jones coming out and saying, look, I bought Bitcoin. That reduced that career risk for other portfolio managers. And so now what I think you're starting to see is people who have already been doing work. They're like, okay, the ETFs are approved. I see Fidelity and BlackRock. This isn't like a sideshow. This is important to them. They're really going to go do this. Oh, I just heard Hightower's putting money into this. Let's go do the work, right? And the work can be like, literally we're starting from scratch of like, what is Bitcoin, right? And like, how does it work? Let's go read the white paper and things like that. All the way to, hey, we've been trying to understand this for a while now. Now we got to go through our approval process. Let's go bring it to the investment committee. Let's go talk about it. And then even when you get the approval at the investment committee, you still, let's say you have financial advisors, they got to go talk to the clients, right? And so you can imagine going and having the conversation. You may be starting that conversation with like, what is Bitcoin? Why is it important in a portfolio? Here's the research we've done. So there's a lot of work that happens. Now, if we look over the long period of time, call it 18 months, most of that work's going to get done. And so I don't think that it is ETFs get approved, $1 trillion flows in. But I do think that over the next 18 months or so, we're going to continue to see this persistent bid happens to line up with a bull market and obviously the halving that just occurred. And so it should push the price much higher.
Well, let's talk about the SEC, because Ethereum, this lawsuit accusing the SEC of considering it as a security, it was called a commodity. The founder now saying it was gaslighting from the SEC. What would you call it?
Yeah, look, America has this amazing kind of court system, right? And so I think that one of the things that the SEC has done a great job of throughout decades is when they think that somebody's doing something wrong, they usually go and they try to either negotiate a settlement or they go to court. And what we have seen time and time again is that the SEC historically has been on the right side of many of those cases. What has happened in crypto recently is a couple of people have said, well, wait a second, why don't we use the court system to go say, well, we think you're wrong. And the beautiful thing about America, and not very many places around the world, but in America specifically, is that the SEC is going to send their best lawyers. The other groups are going to send their best lawyers. They're going to argue it out in court, and the judge or a jury is going to decide who's right and who's wrong. And so I think that I don't have a strong opinion as to like who is right or wrong. The facts are, if you read both briefings, they kind of have very different tale of what the facts are. But I do think that we've got to find some sort of solace in the fact that the court will decide this. Now, I always have told people in the crypto industry, like they want quote unquote regulatory clarity. Yeah. Just because you get clarity does not mean you get the answer you want. Right. And so, yes, you want clarity, but actually a lot of times when people say they want regulatory clarity is they're like, but we want it approved in the way that we want. And so I think that we will get the clarity. It's just people have got to be really careful here as to like, okay, if you get that clarity and it's not what you want, how are you going to change the way that you do it? And the last thing I would say is just like, if we don't get clarity in the way that I think the crypto industry wants, there is a very real brain drain. There are people who are leaving the United States. And so if we want to be the leader in this kind of innovative field, we're going to have to figure out how to do that, but also have these people operate within a set of rules.
How could the upcoming election impact that regulatory clarity?
Yeah, I think Trump has done kind of a 180. He historically, was very much like, I like the dollar, I don't like anything else. I think Vivek has kind of been in his ear a little bit about Bitcoin. I think at one point he was even on stage and he was like, basically like, Vivek just said it, I should say this out here. Kind of said, he was open to Bitcoin. It's unclear kind of what Biden's personal views are, but it seems like the administration is not as friendly to it. And so I do think that you're starting to see candidates, though, that show up, Vivek, RFK, et cetera, who are very pro-Bitcoin, pro-freedom technologies, et cetera. And regardless of maybe the like 70-plus crowd that, is running for president today, it's a generational thing. And so what you're going to get is you're going to get people under the age of 40 or 50, like they're growing up with this, right? And so it's kind of like when our generation, there's people running for president, if they don't support the technologies that we grew up on, we're going to be like, you're an idiot, right? And so it's okay for the kind of the older generation because there's that generational gap. But I think just over the long run, old people die, young people replace them, young people grow up with these technologies. It's going to be kind of the standard.
How confident are you that we're going to get some clarity here?
Well, they have to get clarity at some point, right? Because basically what the crypto industry has done is they've basically pushed the issue, right? And they've just started launching things. They've started doing stuff. And so obviously if you're a regulatory body and you disagree with it, you don't like that. So you're going to bring enforcement actions. You're going to go try to drive clarity. Now, there's questions about should we be doing that through a legislative process or through an enforcement process? Again, that's for people much smarter than me to figure out. But I also think that what we are playing is a global game of competition as well. Right. And so, an interesting data point is that the stablecoin issuers are now, I believe, one of the top 17 buyers of U.S. treasuries. And so when you look at that, you say, OK, well, it used to be that China and Japan bought 22% of all U.S. treasuries. Well, we got a pretty big federal debt, right? We're issuing a lot of debt. And so obviously we need people to buy that stuff. China and Japan went from 22%. Now they're only 7%. So if they're going to stop buying or at least buy less of these bonds, who is going to be the new buyer? Well, stablecoins have actually showed up. And so my prediction is that the stablecoin issuers collectively will end up being kind of top 10 US Treasury buyers in the world. If that happens, all of a sudden that is systemically important, right? We need these people to buy this debt. And so I think there's a lot of nuance and intricacies here that we've got to kind of figure out.
I agree with him. We need regulations, guys, as much as some people don't want it. There's too many scams out there, too many rugs. There does need to be some accountability, but the SEC is not the entity to do it. Very, very clearly not, right? So I agree with him on that. Rob, I know we talked about PNG before. It looks like most of the supply is out and market cap isn't that bad. Can you see this going to $5? I understand this is just a guesstimate. But it only has a $101 million market cap, right? Yeah, almost half the supply is in circulation. It's on AVAX. That's right. It's a decentralized exchange on AVAX. I mean, I could see if $5 is realistic, but I would aim like $3 to $4 to be safe, to be honest with you. Rob the OG, back at it like a crack addict. 100%, man. 100%. I don't have much money living on a paycheck of $2,200 alongside my PhD. I'm holding 150,000 Swift. Should I buy more Swift or diversify my portfolio with XCN as I have limited money? I mean, like, here's the thing. If you have limited money, there's something that you have to remember, okay? Patience is a very important thing. I remember doing a video or doing a live stream before, and I was talking about this. In the 2017 bull run, at the beginning of that 4-year cycle, I can't remember what the exact numbers were, but we showed it on screen. And if you had dollar cost averaged just $10 a week, $10 a week into Bitcoin through that entire 4-year cycle, I think the number was you would have walked away with something like $48,000, right? So you have to remember, guys, I know that, some people get frustrated because you're like, I don't have thousands of dollars to invest or even hundreds of dollars. If you pick a project, guys, with that's fundamentally sound and you have confidence in the project and you just dollar cost average, even just $10 a week or something like that, guys, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised how you can build some wealth doing that, right? So yeah, that's what I would say to that. You don't have to have large amounts of money. You just got to be consistent. JASMY end of the year. I just did a JASMY price prediction video. I think it came out yesterday, talking about the end of year. Go check it out. Go check it out. I don't want to spoil it. John, new to the channel. We're going to watch many more videos. Generally, we don't watch as many videos as we did today. No. Today was a very, very busy day in Congress. So that's why we had to watch some of those videos, because it's very, very important. But generally, we don't watch that many videos. No. And also, welcome to the channel, my friend. Rob, what do you think of DGen? I made half a K with it, trading it a few times. Let's have a look. Which one are you talking about? The one on base? I assume you're talking about the one on base, right? Tokenomics are not terrible. $223 million market cap, though. Honestly, man, like, if you're just like trading this, you know, then not a bad idea, to be honest with you. But it's not something I would hold long term. I would switch trade it, though. I'd flip it here and there like you're doing. JASMY price realistically anywhere from 13 to 60 cents. I'm expecting $1 with Panasonic collaboration release, plus them utilizing guys and getting more people locked up usage. Yeah, it's gonna be high, man. It's gonna be high. Wowzers, I'm late. Got lost in the YouTube rabbit hole while waiting and made myself late. 50 push-ups. You look tired. You should take some rest. Yes, I am exhausted. 16-hour drive yesterday, like 3 hours of sleep. I am definitely worn out. As you mentioned, you had a long drive. Yes, absolutely, man. Galaxy, thank you for supporting the channel, man. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. It's greatly appreciated, man. We do members-only live streams on Sundays, so make sure you check those out. We drop microcap gems and stuff like that. If you have any questions, you need any help with anything, make sure that you're there. Sundays around 1:30 Central. So yeah, check it out. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, man. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome to have you here. Guys, if you want to become a member of the channel as well, just click the link in the chat. We'll get you set up. Samuel, guys, become a sponsor even for 99 cents. Forward your profits even a little bit towards someone who spends time in news. Great info. Greed is a killer of all, I promise. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you so much, man. Samuel, I appreciate you, man. You're always supporting the channel, man. You're always sending out those super chats and stuff, bro. It's greatly appreciated, man. It really is. Finally became a member. Nice. Rob got me my new iPhone 15 Pro Max for free. Nice, brother. Nice. Now you can do your trading on there, right? John, what's your thoughts on FET and Injective? Any summer price prediction? Well, FET is actually not going to be existing anymore because they're converting over to ASI coin on the 23rd of this month. So all of your FET tokens will be traded off one-to-one with ASI. ASI is it's a collaboration project merging together Ocean, Singularity Net, and FET AI. So I'm very bullish, though. Very bullish on that project. I do plan on getting in as much as I can. And as far as Injective's had a pretty good year so far this year. I think it's going to do good. But for me, I don't hold any because the market cap's a little too high for me right now, to be honest with you. But it's going to have a great bull run, though. It's definitely going to have a good bull run. Just trading it. Yeah, it's a good it's good for trading, yeah, for sure, man. I would probably trade in this one too, to be honest with you. I was looking at TokenFi. I like the project, however, only 10% in circulation. Yeah, I remember looking at that a couple of weeks ago, man. Absolutely, I agree, brother. That scares me when I see 10% or less in circulation. You're just asking to get dumped on, man. Can you check on Crow with Knife? I get asked about that one all the time. $58 million. I think that, honestly, guys, I think Crow with Knife is actually going to do pretty good. I really do, because the community behind it, what I see is a community who asks me about this project almost on a daily basis, right? That tells me that it has a very big community. So, and when you get these meme coins and stuff, one of the key things is the community, right? So I think it's going to have a great run. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it'll do good, man. I think it will do good. It's a price at right now. I would probably throw a couple $100 into it, to be honest. Samuel with the super sticker. Thank you, brother. See what I mean? You're always supporting the channel, bro. You're always supporting the channel, man. That is absolutely phenomenal, bro. I love having you here. I love that you support the channel, man, because like days like today, I am exhausted, man, completely. And I appreciate it, man. I do. Easy $100 profit on spec. What is, let's check out. Spell token, I don't know. Spec. Is which one are you talking about? I got Spectre AI. Is that the one you're talking about? $18 million market cap. Wow. A nice AI play. It's new. When was the all-time high? A month ago. Only available on Uniswap. Buy during dumps, sell during pumps. Yes, absolutely, man. Crow with Knife will do well. Yes, I agree. Thoughts on Quant? Looks like it's still due for a pump. Yeah, Quant's going to have a great run, guys. Honestly, like I said, somewhere between $1,000 to $1,500 for Quant, I think, is a comfortable level. I did a stream before, and I said that I think Quant will land somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500. It might only go to like $600 or $700, guys, at the end of the day, but I think it'll do at least, you know, between $1,000 and $1,500. And this one woman got so mad at me because I never said $5,000. Holy smokes, I'll never forget that. Crazy. But yeah, Quant's going to do fantastic. I hold Quant very, very bullish on Quant. And it is due for a massive run up. We need you rested and well, bro. 100%, brother. 100%. I'll get some good sleep tonight, man. I'll sleep like a baby tonight, and I'll be, I'll be back at her. I'll head to the gym this afternoon. I'll get in a good workout, do some cardio, pass out, and we'll be popping tomorrow, man. Spec is the $5 to $7 one. Let's see again. Spec. Spectral? This one? Good old CoinGecko, right? They never give you the market cap. It's not even on CoinMarketCap. Huh. Well, it won't give me the tokenomics, but holy smokes, brand new project. Look at that. Brand new. 950 all-time high. Yeah, you know what, man? This is the kind of play I would definitely jump right into this, man. I really would. It's like not even a week old yet. All-time high 950 2 days ago. Yeah, I'd probably start buying some, and if it went down more, I would just keep dollar cost averaging. Good play, man. Good play. Good utility. Waiting for BTC to pump. But when's alt season? It'll come, man. It'll come, right? Should be thinking about the long term, though, man. Should be thinking about the long game, right? 2025, first half of 2025, that's where you should be setting your targets. All cryptos down. Yeah, well, I'll be dollar cost averaging today, man. I will be picking up. Yes, exactly. Perfect time to DCA, but 10 to 25% every hour if it dumps. Keep it dumping. You gotta dump it up. Hey, Rob, where can I send you my portfolio to look over? Just shoot me a DM over on the Discord, and I will look at it one-on-one privately with you, and we'll go over it, and we'll help you out, man. Just you know what? I'll shoot my handle for Discord into the comment section for you there, so you know you're talking to the right one, because every once in a while there's a scammer that comes along and impersonates me because I'm so fine. They just want to be like me, right? So there you go. My handle for the Discord is in the chat, so just copy and paste it and shoot me a message and we'll chat. Yeah, so that's basically the news I got for you guys today so far. If you're new here, guys, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. And yeah, I'm gonna go head to the gym, get in a quick workout, try to get some rest tonight, guys. And I'll probably be back for a stream later this evening, though. So thank you so much, as always, guys, for coming. Thanks for being here, man. Samuel, as always, brother, I appreciate you, man. I hope you have a fantastic day with your little girl. Rob's gonna make me rich. I started with $250 last year. I'm over 48K. That's what we do. We win. That's all we do is win, baby. All we do is win. 100%, man. All right, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys later this evening. Make sure you guys are here for tonight's live stream. And have a good one, guys. I appreciate you.